Greetings and salutations. I'm learning more spells. We have hover and the like, but why not? Let's get crawl as well. Some of these seem to be cutscene specific, so let's go with this one.
It's love, love, love.
That makes the world go round, round, round. Ugh. I finished classes early today. I didn't have anything else to do except maybe study, so I thought I'd head to work a little early. By the time I reached the shop, Camilla's already approaching the front door.
Carmilla!
Hey, Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you showed up on time, little witch. That's the first. She boops you on the nose, smiles, fans exposed.
Hey!
What? I'm always on time. My time? I suppose I can't exactly argue with that.
But
There's no point in speaking out in the cold. Let me just... Sonderhanden!
Huh?
Was that German? I forgot the key at home. Cupping her hands around her mouth, Camilla calls up to the second story window.
Herbie!
Darling! Jason and I have just arrived. Let's in. Wait for a few seconds for a response, but nothing happens. Is he even here today?
No,
No, I guess not. Ugh.
I suppose.
It is most troubling, but I suppose I have no choice. She sighs heavily and presses her fingertips against a brick wall. Then with momentum, Camilla launches herself upwards. Whoa. It's such a simple movement, but it's really efficient. She wasn't touching the wall. I think she was flying. Within seconds, she's at the second story window. Positioned against the windowsill, she taps against it, unlocks the window, and heads on in. After a few minutes, the front door opens. Nothing I can't handle with ease. Certainly it's been a while since I last exerted myself. I gaze in awe at the spider Camilla.
Wow!
How? I can't even... What was that?
Right!
You just really grabbed the wall and then zoom. I gesture wildly, motioning my hands like a rocket ship taking off. Camilla gestures... chuckles. Ah, that old trick, I'm rather fond of it. I learned it, well, back in what, the 14th, maybe it's the 15th century? Camilla presses her finger to her lips in force and then quickly waves the issue away.
Had
I
any?
realise it's quite easy. Simply channel your magic through your fingertips and use crawl. In fact, I may be so inclined to show you how.
Please!
Really, Spider Camilla? Only someone as talented as you could teach me this spell. I look at her big, round, begging eyes and pout for good measure.
Oh, all right.
My sweet, I'll teach you how to cast crawl. New spell acquired. She takes my fingers on her dainty hands, positioning them into the wall. Camilla then instructs me to use the method of blasting off. At least she tries to.
Crawl!
Wonderful.
Great, now go. I'm not sure I can, Camilla. My fingers, they're kind of sort of stuck to the wall.
Come on.
Hang in there.
Well...
Well, it's more like I'm hanging in there, but
Don't you worry.
you're not going to let a little clinginess stand in your way, are you?
Now,
Don't get discouraged. It's only your first try. Keep going. Camilla, I think I'm really stuck, like stuck.
my dear.
Oh dear, perhaps you're pulling too hard.
Wait.
Think of it like a magnet. You need to... Oh no! I try following a suggestion. I lose my grip too much and fall backwards in a panic. I squeeze my eyes shut. It's the end for Jason's night shit. Am I done for? So many couples I haven't matched though. So many sweets I haven't tried.
Huh?
And I'm fine. Doesn't feel like I'm on the ground, but I look up and see so I look up and see a pair of violet eyes. Is it Chimera coloring me?
Wonderful.
Ah, excellent. I was just in time.
But
That smile. Don't tell me you plan to do that just so you get up with my embrace.
No.
And of course not. I'm just relieved. Is that so? What a troublesome little witch.
now,
Alas, I think there's enough practice for now. We still have to set up the shop.
Right!
I gotta admit, this is definitely useful. I can't count how many times I forgot my keys at home. I just need to master it like a matchmaking. Well, this would be a little treat. This would be a neat trick for burglary, huh? I waggle my eyebrows suggestively. Camilla huffs as she walks aside, still carrying me in her arms.
I don't.
Oh, what are you implying? I should never steal. Strange, you seem to be stealing me right now.
Well,
That's simply because a certain mischievous little witch may run off to try again if I let him go.
Well...
So, Camilla? Do you only use a spell when you forget your keys? Camilla hesitates for a second and her fangs slightly pressed against her bottom lip. As we enter the shop, she gently sets me down on a nearby chair.
my dear.
Ah, sweet thing, the spell's original purpose was secret liaisons with an individual I would say very fond of. Others did not approve of us, but we were able to enjoy each other's company in secret.
It's love, love, love.
Oh, secret rendezvous, just the two of you, how romantic.
I suppose.
Yes, I suppose it was. Camilla's was touched by a hint of melancholy. She turns away to start working. If she's distracted, I could... No, bad Jason. I could always sneak outside, practice climbing my break. And sometimes we don't have a single customer, but on others, well, this happens. Bombarded by questions from all sides, I tried ringing up a customer who was kept nagging at me because he was in a hurry. When I finally told him to total, he suddenly asked me to get a potion from a shelf on the other side of the shop. I decided he was scuttle on my hand and sent it to the back room to get what he wanted instead. At the same time he put his purchase to his bag, I even managed to calculate a new total by the time the vial found its way to the register. To my amazement, it really is easy to deal with 4 customers at once using this trick. Mr. West was so impressed by my skills, he increased my pay for the day. Easy as a piece of pumpkin pie. Alright. Witching Hour, day 29. I think we've got plenty of time for another one. I'm going to buy some potions because we're very low on reds. Easy come, easy go. Alright. Now, learn spells. Could you combine hover and fly, I wonder? Hover to get your height, fly to direct you? I mean, again, it's like a lot of crossover. I mean, plus, that'll be like the 3rd flying spell I'll have. Alright. As I turned the corner of the alleyway, heading to the human shop, I noticed the lights are out. I checked the time on the clock tower nearby. Pretty sure it should be open right now. Was never a holiday this close to Halloween? I don't think so. After all, keep tab on all holidays for my matchmaking purposes. As I approach the door and cautiously take hold of the handle and pole, it swings open easily and the little bell echoes through the empty space. Inside, the store is pitch black. Even the street lamps outside can barely illuminate more than a few inches indoors. Sorry, let me just go again now. Inside, the store is pitch black. Even the street lamps outside can barely illuminate more than a few inches indoors. As if something was stopping them from doing so. Magic? I feel my heart thump heavily inside my chest as I step into the store. Carmilla? Are you there? My voice comes out as a tiny, frightened squeak. I clear my throat and reach for the candle, or any sort of light really, only to knock over one of the displays instead. Sounds like pickled eyeballs, too, by the squelch. I definitely don't look forward to cleaning that up later.
Hello?
Camilla, Mr. Worst. Suddenly a sharp breeze knocks my hat off. I gasp instinctively, crouching down, covering my head. When I look up, a small silhouette balancing on the 2nd-story balustrade, candle in hand. Well, what do we have here? Hey, who are you? You may have entered the domain of Countess Camilla Morthorpe, being of the night, ruler of the creatures of darkness, mistress to time itself.
Crab apples!
Ah, Camilla, it's you? Camilla swoops down from the 2nd floor, cape billowing like a dark cloud around her. I yelp, she lands in front of me with the agility of a cat. Her footsteps are silent against the floorboards. Candles suddenly light up all at once, banishing the eerie darkness. Camilla stands above me, as shoulders trembling with laughter. It's surprisingly easy to spook, my dear, and I'll trade for a witch. Hey, that wasn't funny. Nearly had a heart attack. No, 3 heart attacks. I clench my chest for emphasis and press against my forehead with the back of my hand, as if I was mere seconds away from passing out. The previously now noisy thuds of my heart against my rib cage beginning to die down. Oh dear me. Well, rest assured, little witch, I will take responsibility if you are feeling faint.
How?
How do you even do that jumping so high? I mean, is there some kind of wire attached to your back? I spin Camilla around, I spin Camilla around and search, finding nothing. She crosses her arms and gently shoos me away.
Not at all.
Of course not. Vampires can fly. We're all powerful apex predators for a reason. So you could have just gotten that skeleton by yourself the other day without me falling off the ladder.
Not
Well,
quite.
not quite.
I suppose.
Fly, I suppose, a stretch despite the name of the spell. We can only glide and swoop down from high places, soaring up high is now impossible. Not unlike a witch upon the broomstick. But we're going to ask, Camilla smirks at me. But flight is certainly appropriately witchy skill, is not? Would you like to learn how to do it? Of course. What kind of things this spell be used for? There always seems to be something. Aesthetic. Come again? You can't expect every spell to have some sort of ingrained use or higher purpose, you know?
My dear.
Some of these spells are just for entertainment, looks positively captivating when you swoop down upon your audience.
I suppose.
But I suppose a klutz such as yourself can utilize it to curb your falling habit as well. I guess I can't argue with that. So we can combine it with hover. We hover high and then use what should be really called glide to soar away. So it would teach me, being of night, ruler of creatures of darkness and mistress of time. She blushes over recite her earlier lines, but flails her arms dismissively at me. Alright, follow me. I'll teach you how to cast fly. New spell acquired. Or so she said. She led me to the balustrade and explained the process of casting the spell and even demonstrated it a few times, but Camilla, I'm not sure about this.
Come on.
Come now, you're never going to learn if you keep watching me. Do you fear heights, my dear? Oh, sweetheart, you're absolutely certain you still want to do this? I nod. In response, Camilla sighs, climbs up on the balustrade beside me, takes my hand. Very well, if even the great Jason Nightshade is daunted by this task, we should do it together. Okay, on 3 then. That's a spirit love, alright. 1, 2, 3.
Fly!
I squeeze my eyes shut and together we leap from the balustrade. Hands intertwined. Camilla and I glide down to the first floor of the shop. Eventually, we manage a silent landing on the near the front door. I gape at her, amazed, my heart hammering against my chest. Camilla returns my look with a smug smile.
Wow!
That wasn't too bad, was it?
Amazing!
That was amazing, Camilla.
Right.
I feel as long as you're here, I can really do anything.
Oh my.
Oh, what a charmer you are.
Now.
Though the only thing we should be doing right now is preparing for customers. We'll never be as busy as this close to Halloween, so I may have taken a few liberties with the schedule. Leave it to me. I think I'll work more in that shop than I've studied for my exams this week. Not that I blame them for wanting me around, I'm kind of wonderful. So at least I'm a failure as a witch, I'll probably stay here for the rest of my days. Especially if the best saleswoman is distraction. Especially with the best saleswoman as distracted she has been recently. Camilla, I don't think that display for 2-for-1 deal on hands is going to crawl off anytime soon. You may want to stop securing it. Camilla's shoulders shoot up and she stares at the hands for a long time. A long moment. When it sinks in, that she takes a step back and her cheeks are surprisingly pink.
I suppose.
Oh well. Suppose they're no longer alive. This is easily the saddest, most subtle I've ever watched something up. And recently, appointed best detective in Dimmerware High is on the case. Are you alright? Are you okay, Camilla? You seem pretty uncamillary today.
Perish the thought.
I am perfectly fine, my sweet.
Now.
Though now that I think about it, I do have the need for your expertise.
Well...
Nothing magic related, given my current predicament, I hope.
No.
Darling love. What is it what is it, well, in your view? I feel my own eyes widen in excitement and a million answers battle it out in my mind to see which can get out first. Why don't I even begin how great love is? I put both hands on my chest and close my eyes wistfully.
Right.
Love is the best feeling in the world, no, the whole universe. It leaves you feeling like you can walk on the sun or fly to the moon. Or the most painful thing imaginable. My eyes pop open.
Well,
love can be that too, but I notice the way the crease in Camilla's brows deepens. It's the same as the day she snatched that old sketch from my hands. Should I? Yeah, I think I will. Are you thinking about that girl from the picture? Camilla hesitates and gives a reluctant nod.
Tonight.
Tonight is the anniversary when she first darkened my doorstep. Camilla gently touches one of the hands on display. A sorrowful expression on her face. She looks past me, past everything in the shop, and I wonder what memories resurfacing inside her. I lean on the counter and suddenly feel that heavy sensation in my chest. It's one thing to see your matches work out and love blossom, but it's a whole nother to witness heartbreak. Will you tell me about it? At first I don't think she'll answer, but then Camilla takes a deep, shuddering breath. She was only supposed to be my prey at first. I've begun adapting to my new abilities and decided to adopt a sort of... makes a circular moment whenever it's obviously debating her next choice of words.
Yes.
Catch and release policy. I would only drink as much blood as I needed, and then I would release my victims back into the night without further harm.
Huh?
And you didn't get caught?
You dummy.
I wouldn't be here if I had, now would I, silly witch?
I suppose.
It was a dangerous time for vampires back then, which is understandable, I suppose. A cat is not a welcome guest amongst mice. But my dear little mouse was nothing like the rest. A fond smile creeps over her lips.
She was.
Bold, brilliant.
Yes.
She'd seen me as a rival, not just a beast to be hunted.
Now.
Even when I did lose to her, there was always an opening and escape, so I always left her one in turn. Our little game was like a dance that spanned many a year. But then one day I overstepped. What did you do? I tried to force her to drink my blood.
Huh?
You what? Horrid of me, I know.
You know?
As I once said, drinking a vampire's blood will turn any mortal into one of the living dead if the circumstances are right.
Carmilla.
Sudden traces of horror and disgust are written all over her face. But rather than our usual game, she cried out for help.
She was.
Terrified of me, she wouldn't even look at me. I managed to escape just moments before the mob barreled down upon us. That was the last mercy I offered. That was the last mercy I was offered. When I tried to approach again, she served as much as willing bait for a troop of vampire hunters.
Don't you worry.
Oh, don't worry not. I was too crafty by far and outsmarted them all, of course. Something doesn't line up here. Why did you do it?
Why?
If you knew she didn't want to drink your blood, then why did you try to force her? I did not know then what I know now. Hardly an excuse, I know, but the idea of watching her age, watching her sicken and die, leaving me with a life that didn't have her in it was excruciating.
It's love, love.
I thought that maybe we could dance our dance forever. Camilla sighs. I wanted someone to stay by my side so we could be in love for all eternity.
But
In the end, I behaved like the beast that the town folk believed me to be. How dreadfully ironic.
Carmilla,
You wanted my expert opinion, right? She doesn't respond, but I tell her anyway.
well,
I really love that means accepting change in each of his differences and letting that someone special go when it's time. The idea of immortal love sounds nice, but only if the other person wants that too. Camilla remains silent and goes to sweep the floor. I may have upset her, but I stand by what I said, not only as a matchmaker, but as a person. Eventually and quietly, from across the shop, I hear her say something. I only wish I'd learned that sooner. I wonder if she had to kill the girl. But as I think about that, I'm going to take a break. I'm obviously starting to make mistakes now, and that's no good for us. So I will catch you in a bit.